Welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. Very excited to get some things done today. Let me catch you up real quick on what I did between episodes. First thing I did is I did a bit of fishing so I could get some more levels, and we also pulled some more books out of the ocean. So I did end up finding an Unbreaking book. Went over to the enchantment table, and with my 30 levels, I put Fortune on the iron pick. Then went down in the mine, and I mined all of the diamonds that we have discovered so far with that Fortune 3 pick. And then I put that Unbreaking book on our Silk Touch pick so I could get as much stone as I possibly could. And so as it stands right now, we have 33 diamonds, which is a really great start. I'm very happy about that. And then our Silk Touch pick, it's got some pretty serious wear on it. So we will have to either repair it or wait until we get mending and then get that thing healed back up. But as you can see, I've got a ton of stone, and I've got some more over in our base area. And that's where we're going to start things off today. I want to establish our base in this village so that we have somewhere to keep things and to be organized and to sleep and all of that. And then I'll feel real good about this village. Once we're done with that, I want to work on the road between here and our Savannah village and see if we can get something done there. And then over at the Savannah village, I have collected a lot of enchanted bows while I've been fishing, and I want to see if we can put some of them together to make a really great enchanted bow. And maybe we can get some work done on a pumpkin farm. But first things first, we need a base. And here you have it, our little warehouse bunker base. I did a little accent here because I like how it kind of breaks up this pattern. It's really weird how the smooth stone and the smooth stone slabs, the textures don't quite line up. The whole block has like a nice gray edge, but the slab doesn't have that on two edges, so you end up with this kind of stacked look. I think it's kind of cool because, like I said, it breaks up the monotony. And I went ahead and added just a couple of those over here as well to kind of mirror that. When we go inside, it is just a big box right now. So we have our entryway. We're going to have storage here and here. And then we've got these 3 rooms. So this room will be something of a bedroom. This will be our little enchanting space. And then all of these little utilities we'll probably keep in this room over here. And the floor still needs some work. We need to put all the chests in for our storage. So a bit of work left to do, but at least it is safe. I don't have to worry about mobs climbing in and dropping on top of me and that kind of thing. It's still a little bit plain, but at least it is functional. I'm going to leave the water in here just in case we need that. We've got a little bit of storage on either side. We've got our bedroom. We've got an enchanting area. And then we have our utilities over here. We will update the lighting at some point. We'll do a little bit more decorating, but at least we have somewhere safe that we can call home base. And I now want to turn our attention to the road. We have used a lot of our stone, so I don't have enough stone to install the whole road, but I have an idea of something I want to do over by the savannah. So the central part of our road is going to all be stone and a little bit of andesite. And as you know, stone is a little hard to come by right now. So I have an idea of something else we can do in the meantime while we're waiting to get more stone. So over here on our way to the savannah, we run through this little tunnel. And the tunnel is going to be stone on the side, but I noticed as I was kind of looking around here, there is also tuff that's kind of touching the wall. And so what I think we can do is we can integrate a little bit of tuff into the wall, and that way we can kind of stretch our stone supply out a little bit. And fortunately, we are doing really well on tuff. So let's see if we can finish this tunnel to the savannah. So now as we approach the savannah, we've got this nice finished entrance here. And as you can see, I made it so the tuff sort of creeps out of the floor up into the wall. And I think it looks really, really good. I added some more formal lighting and sort of did a step down with our transitions and elevation. And then we come out this side here. And if we look back, you'll see we have a similar kind of look here with that finished entrance. And I think it looks really, really good. The tuff sort of breaks up this big wash of gray, and I think that's a nice look for the cave. Since we're over here by the savannah, I want to take a look at our bow situation. While we've been fishing, we've pulled a lot of enchanted bows out of the ocean, and I want to see if we can combine a few and make a really good one. So over here in one of my chests, you can see I've gotten a lot of bows. I've also gotten a lot of saddles. So there's a lot of different combinations of this and that. These three up here I think are the winners. So here we have mending, we've got power 4 and punch 2, and then power 4 and flame. I think currently I'm working with a power 2 and I'm breaking. So if we were to combine these, we would have a really, really great bow. It's 15, and if I switch them, it's 11. I wonder if there's a smart way to do this. It's 13, 6, 14. So yeah, sometimes when you switch them around, you get a really way more reasonable price. Okay, we got power 4, punch 2, mending. Kind of want flame. I kind of want unbreaking. It'd be 14, and if I switch them, 20. See? Too much. Yeah, that costs 16 or 26. So yeah, 16 is definitely the way to go. So right now I've got a power 5 flame punch 2 mending. I would love to get unbreaking on there, but we're just a little low right now. So probably time to do some fishing. Well, no mending books, but I did get 20 levels, so we can put our bow together and we've been pulling some pretty good books out of the ocean. Grabbed a Silk Touch Efficiency 4 on that last pass. So just to kind of show you the kinds of books we've been getting, Efficiency 4, Protection 4, Breach, Density, Efficiency, Sharpness, Respiration, a couple of specifics to tridents and crossbows. But yeah, some great stuff. Power 5, Flame, Punch 2, Unbreaking 3, Mending. It's a pretty great bow. I think the next thing we're going to do is head back to our mining village, back to Mingus, the mining village, and figure out a plan for a pumpkin farm. Without a pumpkin farm, we don't really have a way to kickstart this whole villager trading situation. I'm thinking I want the pumpkins to end up in here. So we'll end up putting some barrels or something here, and then in that corner over there is where we will put the pumpkin farm and have them run into here. Chicken. So there's a pumpkin farm that everybody builds, and it is a bunch of pistons and a bunch of observers that are just sort of all facing down at some pumpkins, and it works really well. But I don't have any observers. And I don't have any observers because I don't have any quartz. And we don't have any quartz because we haven't been to the Nether. So we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try and make a pumpkin farm that doesn't use any observers. And I'm not sure how efficient it's going to be or if it's going to work, but I want to try it. We're going to need to make some redstone components, and we're going to need to make some rails. And you know, I only have a vague idea of what this is going to look like, and so I'm not sure how many pistons I'm going to need or how big this thing is going to be. I'm just going to start piecing it together and see if I can figure it out. So one thing I do know is we're going to run either a rail line or a hopper line from the pumpkin farm into this building. And I want that to come in basically here so that it will fill any barrels or chests that are in this building. Okay, so these are going to be pumpkins, and then there's going to be pumpkin stalks in between each of them. Now you'll notice that there's a little bit of a weird gap down here and a little bit of a weird gap down there, and that is intentional. Realize I made a mistake already because obviously we need the farm to be higher than what is going to be the hopper line, or else we're not going to be able to collect it. Okay, I think I've finally got this figured out here. So I shortened the farm just a little bit. I needed it to be exactly 15 blocks long. And what I've got going on is just a bunch of pumpkin stems with dirt on either side. So when this pumpkin stem decides to make a pumpkin, it can put it here or here. And that is true all the way down except at the end. Here I have two pumpkin stems next to each other. So this pumpkin stem can only put a pumpkin here. And when that happens, this power right here will go through the pumpkin, through the repeaters, and trigger this piston, which will pop the pumpkin off. Now, this redstone will also trigger all of the other pistons, so any other pumpkins that have grown will also get popped off. So last thing I need to do is just install a little bit of a collection system, and then we can test this thing out. Okay, so this is the level where the pumpkins will be, and when they pop off, I'm hoping that they will crash into this and just fall straight down. I might just install some cobble here just to catch anything that might spill over, and we can always replace this later with something more attractive. Hopper minecart going back and forth on some rails, and then there are hoppers right here, and so I'm hoping that when it crosses over, it'll just dump whatever into the hoppers, and then we can run a hopper line over here to this building. I am going to make some hoppers and some barrels, and we will let this thing run for a bit and see what we end up with. All right, I let this thing run for a couple of hours, and it is not fast. It is really terrible. In fact, I went and I planted a couple of pumpkin seeds out in our garden, and it got 11 pumpkins in the same amount of time. So this thing is just a tiny bit faster than wild pumpkins growing, so we might need to rethink our plan. And you know, what I think it is in our little contraption here, there's only one place for that to grow. This one or this one can take this place, and so they're very limited by where the pumpkins can grow. Whereas out here, this pumpkin can grow there, 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 or there. And so, as you can see, it tries more often to grow a pumpkin. It seems, anyway. So, yeah, we definitely need to rethink our strategy. And that means I'm going to tear this thing back down. Very awkward. So this here is a little bit more traditional of a pumpkin farm design. Now I don't have the observers in there watching for the pumpkins to grow. So instead, over on the backside, I have a detector rail, and when the minecart goes across it, sends a signal up to the top, pushes all the pistons down, and it harvests any pumpkins we've got there. It's still not very pretty looking, but we can fix that in the future. So I'm going to let this run for about an hour, and I'm going to see what we get out of it. Okay, 1 hour later, I've spent the time replacing all the torches around here with lamps, and I think they look really great. So how did our farm do? Much better. It's still not incredible or record-breaking, but this is much, much more promising. I'm going to let this thing run for a little while, and then next episode, we're going to do some trading. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join down below. Starts at 99 cents and it really helps me out. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.